Atlantis, the Minowans, and the mystery of ancient cataclysms. In the realm of ancient legends and unsolved mysteries, the tale of Atlantis is perhaps the most captivating. First chronicled by the Greek philosopher Plato in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Atlantis was described as a utopian civilization of unparalleled wealth, technological advancement, and societal order. But in a single cataclysmic day and night, this advanced society was wiped from existence, swallowed by the sea. Was this an allegorical story, a moral tale of hubris and divine retribution? Or was it rooted in historical truth, preserved through the echoes of myth? One theory, both compelling and tragic, ties the story of Atlantis to the Minowan civilization, a Bronze Age culture that flourished on the island of Crete and its surrounding Aegean islands. The Minowans were remarkable in their achievements, yet their society was devastated by the eruption of the Santorini volcano around 1600 BCE. This eruption unleashed destruction on a scale that reshaped the Mediterranean world, and some argue created the template for the Atlantis myth. This essay explores the devastation wrought by the Santorini eruption and its parallels with Plato's account of Atlantis. It also compares the Minowan civilization's social and technological advancements to Plato's descriptions of the Atlanteans, highlighting the allure of the Minowans as one of history's most enigmatic lost civilizations. The Minowan civilization, which reached its zenith between 2000 and 1500 BCE, was one of the most sophisticated societies of the ancient Mediterranean. Centered on Crete and extending its influence across the Aegean, the Minowans embodied the pinnacle of Bronze Age development. Their cities and palaces were hubs of art, technology, and commerce, thriving long before the rise of classical Greece. Social and cultural sophistication. The Minowan society was highly organized and seemingly egalitarian compared to many contemporaneous civilizations. Unlike the rigid social hierarchies of Egypt or Mesopotamia, the Minowans showed evidence of a more balanced societal structure, with art and architecture reflecting an emphasis on harmony and community. Artistic flourish. Minowan frescoes preserved in places like Knossos and Akrotiri depict scenes of nature, religious ceremonies, and daily life. The vibrant depictions of dolphins, lilies, and griffins reveal a society deeply connected to both the natural and the mythical. Unlike the war-centric art of later civilizations, Minowan art seems to celebrate peace and prosperity. Religion. The Minowans worshipped a pantheon of deities, with a central focus on the Great Mother Goddess, symbolizing fertility and nature. Their rituals, often conducted in caves and mountain sanctuaries, were deeply spiritual, fostering a connection between their people and the natural world. Technological and architectural brilliance. The Minowans' architectural achievements were groundbreaking. Their palaces, particularly Knossos, were vast and intricate, featuring multi-story buildings with advanced engineering. The labyrinthine layout of Knossos, with its twisting corridors and ceremonial spaces, is often linked to the myth of the Minotaur, suggesting a civilization steeped in both practicality and mysticism. Plumbing systems. The Minowans developed sophisticated plumbing and drainage systems, including flushable toilets and water management systems, a rarity in the ancient world. Maritime prowess. As master seafarers, the Minowans built advanced ships and established extensive trade networks, exchanging goods such as olive oil, wine, and pottery with Egypt, Anatolia, and Mesopotamia. This interconnectedness made them a key player in the ancient world's economy. Around 1600 BCE, the idyllic island of Thera, modern-day Santorini, was home to a thriving Minowan colony. The settlement of Akrotiri, a bustling port city, exemplified the sophistication of Minowan culture, with its frescoes, complex infrastructure, and vibrant trade. Yet, this vibrant civilization was perched on the edge of a geological time bomb. The stages of devastation. The Santorini eruption was one of the largest volcanic events in recorded history, with an estimated volcanic explosivity index, VEI, of 6 or 7. The sequence of destruction unfolded in stages, each more devastating than the last. 1. Earthquakes and precursor activity. The eruption was preceded by massive earthquakes, likely causing panic and structural damage. These tremors may have served as a warning, prompting the evacuation of Akrotiri. Remarkably, no human remains have been found in the ruins, suggesting the inhabitants fled before the disaster. 2. Initial eruption. The volcano erupted with a force that ejected millions of tons of ash and pumice into the atmosphere. The sky darkened as the ash spread across the Mediterranean, blotting out the sun and triggering a volcanic winter. 3. Pyroclastic flows. Superheated gases and volcanic material swept across Thera, obliterating everything in their path. The thriving city of Akrotiri was buried under meters of volcanic ash, preserving it in a state of eerie stillness. 4. Caldera collapse and tsunami. The eruption culminated in the collapse of the volcanic caldera, creating a massive tsunami. Waves up to 40 meters high radiated across the Aegean, devastating coastal settlements, including Crete. The tsunami would have caused untold destruction to the Minowan ports, ships, and infrastructure, crippling their economy. Comparative scale of destruction. The Santorini eruption's aftermath mirrors Plato's account of Atlantis' destruction, swallowed by the sea. Just as Atlantis was said to have disappeared beneath the waves, the Santorini eruption caused a portion of Thera to collapse into the sea, leaving behind the crescent-shaped island we see today. Regional impact. The volcanic ash and tsunami caused widespread devastation across the Mediterranean, disrupting trade and agricultural cycles. This aligns with Plato's description of Atlantis' destruction having far-reaching consequences. Plato's description of Atlantis has tantalized scholars for centuries. In many ways, the Minowan civilization aligns with his portrayal of Atlantis, both in terms of its societal structure and its sudden destruction. Advanced civilization. Plato described Atlantis as a society of great technological and architectural prowess, qualities that are strikingly evident in the Minowan civilization. The intricate plumbing systems, multi-story palaces, and vibrant art of the Minowans parallel the grandeur attributed to Atlantis. Maritime power. Like Atlantis, the Minowans were a dominant maritime power, using their fleet to establish trade networks and maintain influence across the Mediterranean. Cultural harmony. The peaceful and nature-oriented themes of Minowan art reflect a society similar to the harmonious utopia described by Plato. The mystery of the collapse. Plato emphasized the sudden and catastrophic nature of Atlantis' demise, a theme that resonates with the destruction of the Minowan civilization. The Minowans, like the Atlanteans, were brought to ruin not through war or internal strife, but by a force of nature so immense that it reshaped their world. The Minowan civilization, with its blend of elegance, sophistication, and mystery, continues to captivate historians and archaeologists. Like Atlantis, it represents a society that seemed ahead of its time, only to vanish into the annals of history. Preserved in ash, the ghost city of Akrotiri. The ruins of Akrotiri, buried under volcanic ash, offer a haunting glimpse into the Minowan world. The frescoes, pottery, and buildings preserved by the eruption allow us to reconstruct the lives of a civilization that seemed almost untouched by the violence of the ancient world. The fragility of civilization. The sudden collapse of the Minowan civilization serves as a poignant reminder of humanity's vulnerability to natural disasters. It is a theme that resonates across time, echoing in the myths of Atlantis and other lost worlds. While definitive proof remains elusive, the parallels between the Minowan civilization and Plato's Atlantis are too striking to ignore. The Minowans' advanced society, maritime dominance, and sudden destruction by a natural catastrophe align closely with the Atlantis narrative. More than 3,000 years after the Santorini eruption, the Minowans continue to inspire awe and curiosity. Whether or not they were the true Atlanteans, their story reminds us of the fragility and brilliance of human achievement, forever preserved in myth and mystery. The destruction of the Minowan civilization by the Santorini eruption is one of history's great tragedies. Yet, like Atlantis, it is also a story of enduring fascination, a reminder of both the power of nature and the resilience of the human spirit. In the ruins of Akrotiri and the myths of Atlantis, we find echoes of a world lost to time but preserved in the imagination, a testament to the eternal allure of ancient mysteries.